As an industrial user of fossil fuels, you have plenty of issues to deal with. Fuel costs directly impact your profitability. Maintenance costs are going up. Exhaust and emission regulations get tougher every year. There are several technologies you can use to reduce emissions, but they all add to your costs. They increase your fuel consumption, and they increase your combustion and exhaust heat. This is the last thing you want. But today, everything has changed. Today, there is Lavoisier energy. Lavoisier is a revolutionary fuel boost system that dramatically reduces exhaust emissions, while it actually pays for itself through improved fuel economy and lower maintenance costs. Now, you can be kind to the environment and save money, both at the same time. So join us for the next 8 minutes while we tell you about this great new product. It's been known since 1970s that injecting small amounts of hydrogen into an internal combustion engine causes that engine to run cleaner, with more power and lower emissions. The problem has been the hydrogen. It's expensive to produce, costly to distribute, dangerous to have in your premises. The Lavoisier system solves all these problems by generating hydrogen on board in small quantities is required and immediately injecting into the engine intake of combustion chamber. You never have to buy a bottle of hydrogen, never have to store it, and never have to worry about your safety. All you have to do is periodically top up the unit with distilled water. You get all the benefits of hydrogen boost with none of the drawbacks. So how does hydrogen boost work? In a diesel engine, fuel is injected into hot compressed air. In a diesel engine, fuel is injected into hot compressed air. The heat causes the fuel to start burning. This burning causes the fuel to spread through the fuel-air mix, creating a very high heat and pressure, which drives the piston down the cylinder. If a small amount of hydrogen is injected into the air before the air enters the combustion chamber, the hydrogen disperses through the air. Hydrogen burns almost 10 times as fast as diesel. So after the diesel fuel is injected, it starts to burn. That in turn starts the hydrogen burning. The hydrogen burn spreads through the mixture 10 times as fast as diesel burn would. This in turn ignites the diesel throughout the entire mix. In effect, the hydrogen accelerates the rate at which the diesel burns. This causes the fuel to start burning faster and more completely. Most of the fuel's latent energy is now converted to useful work and less is wasted, such as unburnt hydrocarbons, oxides of nitrogen, and carbon monoxide. So, the engine produces more torque and runs cleaner and cooler on the same amount of fuel. With Lavoisier fuel boost system, these benefits are dramatic. Here's how the Lavoisier fuel system works. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. If water is subjected to an electrical voltage, it can be made to split into these component gases. This process is called electrolysis. The Lavoisier fuel cell generates hydrogen by electrolysis of distilled water. It contains small amount of highly powerful hydrogen system powered by the electrical system of the generator or AC main supply. It draws a very small amount of current, amounting to 2 to 3% of the energy generated. The unit generates small quantities of hydrogen and oxygen only when the engine is running, that is, whenever the combustion is happening. These gases are pressurized and get injected into the air intake downstream of the turbocharger, or primary air of the combustion chamber. The additional extra oxygen is benign. It neither adds to or detracts from the combustion, but as what we just saw, the hydrogen makes the fuel burn faster and more completely, extracting more energy from the fuel. The benefits are immediate. Power increases by 10%. Fuel economy is typically 15 to 20% or more in case of non-aspirated IC engines, and up to 50%. Oxides of nitrogen, particulate emissions, and carbon monoxide reduce as much as by 50%, and in some cases by 80%. Our initial trials on a 50 kilowatt diesel generator, fuel consumption on full load went from 16 liters to 10.4 liters. At INS Shivaji, on 125 kilowatt turbocharged DG set, the fuel savings was between 7 to 15%. On various loads, California Environmental Engineering Company tested a Cummins NTC 400 engine. They found results showing lower amount of exhaust emissions, measurable reduction in fuel consumption and exhaust temperatures, particulate matter reduced by 81.4%, and unburned hydrocarbons by 74.5%. Oxides of nitrogen reduced by more than 11%. The more complete burn reduces soot and engine contaminants, which extends the life of oil and reduces wear on the engine, buildup of residue on valves and pistons. In fact, a dirty engine does not have to be cleaned up at all after installing our Lavoisier fuel boost system. Navy engineers stated, normally when removing a cylinder head open, would expect to find a hardened carbon buildup upon the piston crowns. In our Ruston 125 kilowatt engine, the cylinder and piston were in shiny, clean condition. The Lavoisier fuel boost system can be used on virtually any IC engine, stationary or moving, industrial boilers, furnaces, kilns, and ovens. It installs in less than 4 hours. No changes made to the engine or combustion equipment. The physical unit can be mounted anywhere close to the engine or equipment. The hydrogen injection hose is connected to the air intake. Electrical power is connected to the alternator in case of IC engines, and to AC mains for any industrial combustion equipment. The unit is topped up with distilled water, and that's it. It's ready to run. It's ready to start saving you money and protecting the environment. The system is maintenance-free. It merely requires a liter of distilled water for every 1800 liters of hydrogen produced. The addition of water can be automated and foolproof. The Lavoisier fuel boost system is safe because power is taken from the alternator of the IC engine when the engine is running, and in case of industrial combustion equipment, it is connected to a thermocouple. Multiple safety sensors are controlling the operation. Low water level or any other change in normal operating range will automatically shut down the fuel boost system, and the IC engine or combustion equipment will run normally like it was without our system when it was never installed. The fuel boost system cannot harm your system. The amount of hydrogen injected is tiny. It does not contain enough energy even to run a bicycle. So the increased energy comes from the more complete burn of the fossil or biomass fuel, not from the hydrogen that is injected. Lavoisier fuel boost system makes economic sense. It reduces harmful exhaust emissions while actually saving you money. If you purchase a unit, you will realize even a small increase in fuel economy, the unit will typically pay for itself in less than a year. It will put money in your pocket every day from the moment you purchased it. In fact, the more you operate it, the more you will save. Lavoisier is available today for your application. Contact Lavoisier representative for details on how to realize the benefits of Lavoisier fuel boost systems, like reduced exhaust emissions, increased power, reduced fuel use, lower your maintenance costs. Do it all with Lavoisier fuel boost systems. Contact the representatives at 917842671421 or 9100774436 for details.